What's up YouTube, Plague Nemesis here, and today we're going to be troubleshooting closed captioning on my stream. Now, I believe part of the reason why I'm having this issue is because the site itself seems to have done an update, and also my OBS Studio and my gaming rig, I think there's some leftover remnants of OBS Live or some other OBS installation that I had that's causing the little hiccup that I'm having. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it, and we're just gonna start troubleshooting. We're gonna run through the gauntlet of everything that I could possibly think of it could be, and then once we find a solution, I'll be sure to point it out for you guys. All right, now I did find out about this particular website from another YouTuber called Ashley Christ. She's the one who put me onto this, and it's been amazing when it works. So let's go ahead and jump into the troubleshooting so we can get this set back up on my stream. So we're gonna go ahead and open up OBS Studio. Now I am gonna apologize in advance. There is gonna be some Inception type stuff happening here. I don't know why, it's just how it is. So as you can see, this particular version of OBS that I'm using has the Stream Elements plugin activated. Now, I don't believe Stream Elements is installed on this PC, so let's go ahead and go into apps and features and just do a quick search for it and see. So as you can see here, I have the standard OBS Studio, OBS NDI, which will probably be another video for you guys along the way here, but for right now, we're just gonna skip over that. And then I have Streamlab OBS. So I do not have Stream Elements installed, but yet here we are with this stuff. Actually, I haven't even used the standard OBS in a while, so this is probably accurate. But all right, so we're gonna close out the menus that we don't need, right? Because this is just for troubleshooting purposes. Now, as you can see here, I have a display capture source set up. That is not the right way to do it. That was initially when I was trying to troubleshoot this whole thing. So we're gonna go ahead and bring back up the website, and then we're gonna click on the menu icon down here in the bottom right. Now the reason why we're gonna do that is because we're gonna open up another window that is gonna be smaller than this captioning window that you see here, and that's what we're gonna use in OBS. This is supposed to eliminate the overall size of it. That way I could change the orientation, all that stuff in OBS. But like I said, they did do an update to how this works. So if I take a quick pause, like right now, and then I start speaking again, you notice it adds that really huge gap there between the closed captioning. That's actually new. Before it would just pause and then it will pick right back up where I left off. So that might be contributing to the issue, but I'm not 100% sure. So let's go ahead and set it up in OBS. So let's go back there. So what we're gonna do is I just have it labeled as a generic scene, and then we're gonna add a source. The source that we wanna add is a window capture, right? And I'm just gonna call this closed go. So closed captioning capture, try saying that 10 times fast, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and look for the windowed, which is the one that's the smaller version. Then we're gonna make sure that the window title must match, that way it only captures that. We don't wanna capture the cursor on that because, like I said, we just want that to be the closed caption. So this is the issue that we're having. If you notice, this Windows capture box is 100% white, although I do have the box here. Now, one of the things I also do want to mention is you do not want to minimize this window. If you minimize this window, it will not capture what you're saying. So you just have to leave it up in the background behind all your applications. So this is what we're troubleshooting. I don't know why this is occurring. So here's what we're gonna do. Just to make sure that everything is 100% new, clean, we're gonna go ahead and uninstall everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and close these windows for now. Right, and we're gonna go back into apps and features. We're gonna uninstall everything with the exception of Streamlabs OBS, because that is a self-contained version of OBS, so that should not cause any issues here. Right, there we go. We have to remove the NDI source as well, because for some reason, if I leave that one installed, it's already tied to the version that we just uninstalled. And when I bring it back up and try to use it as a source to send the closed captioning over, it's gonna give me an error where it can't find the NDI source. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is just go ahead and give this computer a quick reboot. So just bear with me 1 second and we'll be right back. We're back. So let's go ahead and just make sure that everything related to OBS Studio is actually gone from this PC. So we're gonna go into our C drive. I believe it's in Program Files x86. OBS Studio is here. We're gonna go ahead and completely delete this folder. We don't need it, so I'm gonna do Shift Delete on that. That way it's permanently deleted. Let's just check for anything else. Okay, so there's nothing else related to OBS Studio in here. Let's just go into Program Files and make sure there's nothing there. There's Streamlab OBS. We need that one because we did leave that installed. All right, so OBS Studio is now 100% gone from this PC. I do have a download version here, but what I'm gonna do is just to show you guys how that works really quick, we're gonna go ahead and just go to obsproject.com, and then I'm running on Windows, but as you can see here, they have one for Mac OS and Linux as well. So we're gonna go ahead and click the Windows version. It's downloading the file here. And once that finishes, we're gonna go ahead and launch it and just do the installation. Right, so that's finished downloading. Here we go, double click. Click yes. Next. Agree to the terms and services. That is the location you want it to go. Oh, wait. See? Now, it's a good thing I paid attention here, because if you look at the destination folder, it tells you that it's going to create one in Program Files. So just to verify that there is nothing there, we're going to go back into our local C drive. We're going to go to Program Files, and we're going to look for something that matches that name, which is Program Files OBS Studio. Program Files, there's absolutely nothing here that says OBS Studio. So we are in the clear to install this, and this will definitely be a clean install. We're not going to do any of the plugins and stuff. We're just going to accept all the defaults for this. So we're just going to go ahead and hit install, finish, and have it launch OBS Studio at the same time. And here we go. We have now, see, this is what I'm talking about. We just installed a fresh version of OBS Studio, but as you can see here, it still has our profile and everything set up. So let's go ahead and see where it is that OBS stores scene files. So let's just do a Google search, and we're going to OBS Studio. What are we looking for here? Save location? Or save profiles. Let's do that. Let's see if we can find an article here. Ooh, Reddit is always a good place to check, right? What we're looking for is the path in which we could find to delete. Here we go. This is what we're looking for. So this is a location that we're looking for. We want to delete everything that's in this particular folder. So we're going to go ahead again one more time, right? We're going to close OBS Studio. We're going to go into Apps and Features. Search for OBS. Uninstall it. Right, some quick editing magic, and that is done. Then we're gonna copy this path here, right? I'm gonna cheese it a bit, so it's gonna be local user. This is the profile that I'm using. Don't judge me, right? I'm gonna go ahead and type out the path. Some quick editing magic. I already have it typed in. We're gonna hit enter, then we're gonna go OBS Studio. Here we go. And we're gonna remove both these folders here. The one that says OBS Studio and OBS Studio Node Server. We're gonna delete both of those permanently. That way, when we do an install of OBS Studio again, it should come back in with all the default settings. Now I'm gonna do a quick check to make sure that there is no stream element stuff here either, and we're good there. So we're gonna do another reboot and then come back in, do the installation again. Since we already have the installation file, we're not going to have to go back to that site and get it. So I went ahead and skipped over the installation because we've already seen that. So here we go. This is a clean version of OBS Studio, and this is what you're supposed to see when it first launches. So you see here it's asking you, would you like to run the auto config wizard? We're gonna go ahead and let it do that because, like I said, I'm not actually streaming from this PC, but I do use it as an NDI source to get the closed captioning on my stream. So we're gonna set it up for streaming mostly. I do prefer 60 FPS, so I'm just gonna go ahead and set that by default. We're gonna use the current window this canvas, leave that the same. Twitch is where I'm streaming to. I'm going to enter my username. And I'm going to go ahead and enter my password. I do have two-factor authentication set up on my account, so let's go ahead and enter that code now. And then verify token. And there we go. That way, I don't have to enter my stream key into OBS, and it automatically gains all the information that it needs to connect to my account. So we're gonna go ahead and hit next now, and it's gonna go through the configuration test. And as you can see here, with some editing, we get it to the end. It's found the best settings for this rig. We're just gonna go ahead and apply those settings. And because I linked it to my account, it automatically brought in the stream information and the chat window from Twitch. But we don't need those for what we're doing here, so we're gonna go ahead and close those out. All right, we're gonna close this window in the back as well, and we're gonna maximize this. So, the next thing we need to do is we need to download NDI so that we could have it send the captioning over to the streaming rig. So in order to get to the actual NDI source that works with OBS Studio, what you want to do is you want to go back to OBS project, then you want to go to forms, then resources, then under resources, you're going to look for the OBS Studio plugin that mark NDI, new tech, NDI, right? And you want to get the version 4.6.0 or whatever the latest version is at the time. You're gonna go ahead and hit download right there. It's gonna take you to a GitHub. Don't worry, this is 100% safe. I've tried it myself, right? Now you do want to download and install NDI 3.8 runtime because sometimes it doesn't install that with the installation. So just be sure to download that as well prior to getting the NDI source for whichever OS you're using. In this case, I'm using Windows, so we're gonna go to the Windows installer, exe. Gonna click on that. That's gonna get downloaded. Now that that's fully downloaded, we're gonna go ahead and double click on that, install it first. Hit yes. Select the default or whatever your language is. We're gonna go ahead and hit OK. That's basically saying that an OBS Studio folder is already in existence, and what that is gonna do, that is gonna cause it to overwrite that folder, but by doing that, it's also gonna add the NDI plugin to it, which is what you want to happen. So just go ahead and accept those default there, hit next and install. And once that finishes, we're gonna hit no. We will restart the computer later because we're gonna go ahead and install the 3.8 runtime just to be on the safe side. Accept all the defaults. That's tell you that the program with the 3.8 already exists. So in this case, we don't need to do that because it was a successful installation. But should it not happen for you, just accept all the defaults and install it. So now that we know that that is the case, we're gonna close out of that, and now we're gonna do the reboot. So now that we've gone ahead and installed the NDI plugin, the way that we go ahead and activate it in OBS is by coming up to Tools, going to NDI Output Settings, and just checking the main output box here. I did go ahead and rename this source Gaming PC-OBS. That's just for me so that I know on the other side where it's coming from. All right, and that's the only thing you have to check, and hit OK, and that's that. So now that's being sent over my network every time I have OBS up. Nothing else needs to be done. So now let me jump over to the streaming PC and show you guys how to add it there. So here we are now on the streaming PC, and we're gonna go ahead and add the NDI source for the closed captioning on this machine. The inception is happening because I have OBS Studios open on the same screen that I'm capturing. So that is why this is. I know I said earlier in the video I don't know, but then once I realized, I figured it out. So here we go. So we're gonna click the add new source here. And if you notice, with slobs, NDI source is built into it. With OBS and the stream element version, you have to do the same process again where you install the NDI source and then reboot the OBS session that you had in order for it to be activated there. But slobs, it's built in, so you just go ahead and click NDI source, add source, and then just give it a quick name. In this case, I'm gonna call it CC for closed captioning, and add new source. As you can see, it automatically detected the gaming PC OBS, and this is on the streaming rig. And we're not going to change any of these. We're just going to leave those as default and hit done. So now that it's added, you can see it here. So we're going to go ahead and change the sizes of it so that we could get that fixed. So we're going to minimize this side. We're going to drag the bottom up. Drag the top down. Now that should be a good size for you to capture everything else that you need without it being cut off at any point. Now you can resize this window to make it however large you want it or however small you want it. I would recommend leaving it on this side because it does make it easier for you to read what it says here and then look at chat and respond there appropriately. Now, one of the things I want to mention is that you do need to mute this source if you have your mic or any other input device coming in on your gaming PC, because then that's going to cause an echo to happen. So all you have to do is find the NDI source and just click this little mute button right here, and that will turn that source off so you won't hear that echo. And that's it. So say for example that this was now going to be on my game. I could just move this to wherever I want it, but like I said, it's best to leave it on this side, and then you could resize it however you want to match either your camera box or whatever other stuff you have on screen that you'd like for it to be displayed under, and that's it. It moves independent of the game screen, so you don't have to worry about that changing anything else, and you now have closed captioning on your stream. So, hopefully you guys found that video helpful. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Please feel free to leave a comment below to tell me if I missed anything or if there's any section that I could get a little bit more in depth on, and I'll be happy to do so for you guys. If you know someone who could benefit from this video, please feel free to show them the link to my channel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Twitch at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Links are all in the description for my social media, Discord server, Twitch channel, and all the musics and sources and all the stuff that I had in this video can be found in the description as well. Thank you guys so much for watching.